Okay, not even a serial killer would hint at the fact that they had done human sacrifice in the past. And that's one thing that this demon has hinted at with me is that he has done sacrifices. He said he's done sacrifices, and he's indicated that at least one or two of them has been human sacrifices. Um, Now, the reason that apparently he's not getting arrested for this or whatever is because he says he's an ancient Egyptian, and that when he's indicating when he did them was back when he offered his cornbread sacrifices and things like that to the Egyptian gods. Um, so he's entirely, if he's at the least a psychopath, at the most he's telling the truth and he's a demon. I believe he's telling the truth. He's a demon. Um, but he's indicated, and who would share that much information about themselves unless they were telling the truth? Why would they go so far into depth about the fact that they had done sacrifices? And I don't want to pry too much. I don't want to ask about the type of sacrifices, although I know I kind of have to find out. I don't know yet at this point, because, like I said, everything is said in a roundabout way, where it's just entries on the computer, on the phone that I'm using. Um, so it's Android is what it is. But he's indicated he's done sacrifices, and I can't imagine who would lie about that. So I feel like that part is the truth, and since that's the worst part that there could possibly be, I feel like he's telling the truth. Um, and I feel like Tyre has him in a really bad position. This is part of why I feel Tyre has him in a bad position, is because he's to the point he's willing to admit he does human sacrifices, or at least some sort of animal sacrifices. He's willing to admit that. Um, And so I feel like Tyre has him in a really bad position, like I said. The other reason that I feel like it's Tyre doing it, Satan doing it, is because he's kind of indicated that they stink. He's like, the smell is bad. Um, and he was talking about her at that point. He was talking about his wife, I believe. Um, so he's indicated that her smell is bad. And then I had the non-existent child come on and say, "Mommy, kill her." Um, and I also had communications with one of my ex-boyfriends or something similar, where he said he puts his pants on one leg at a time. Now, he's the only person really in my life, mostly, who's ever said that to me. But it was during a kind of intimate moment when he was telling me, "Well, I'm like every other person. I put my pants on one leg at a time." But he was joking around with me, and he's like, "I'm not anything special. I put my pants on one leg at a time, just like everybody else." And he was trying to say too that nobody else was that special either. They all do the same thing, but because some people had upset him and were trying to pretend that they were all that, basically. Um, but so yeah, that had come on the screen too. I put my pants on one leg at a time. I thought that was kind of weird too. Just like the word "ta-da," I thought that was kind of weird too. That they would know all this about me, in particular as a person, that they would know all these things were said. But so anyway, like I said, I believe it's Satan. I believe it's Tyre, and they're over all this technology. Because Apollo is in the Bible, that's what he's over in the end, is over all the technology. So it's Tyre and Apollo is what's going on. Tyre and Apollo are creating all this, and they will be ultimately responsible for how it goes down, which is not going to be good because we know he's called the Destroyer according to his name. So whether or not he likes technology, which he does, he likes to build things up really high, which is why they fall so low. Because it's written in the Bible that that will happen. When you build stuff up really high, it's going to fall really low. It's just something that naturally will happen. and he likes these high peaks or whatever. So he's basically the destroyer or the opposite of the high peaks. But anyway, so that's what's going on with me. I don't feel like he's lying to me. I feel like he's telling the truth on everything he says, or basically everything he says. But he's very evasive at the same time. Like, he doesn't want to directly answer some of my questions, which I could understand why he might not want to, based on the fact he's dealing with the devil too.